Yo, this the boy Hoop Villain, back with another video. You feel me? We outside with it. We'll focus on pro-am builds, and in today's video, we're gonna start off with the center. Like the video, comment, sub if you're new, turn on post notification. Let's get into it. So the biggest thing that I've noticed since playing competitive pro-am is the center is the second most important position on the court. Rebounding is essential. Some of my best scoring games have came simply from the center just giving us second chances. I miss one shot, center get the rebound, 2 for 1, big greens. It's like, I'm not gonna miss 2 in a row. And having a center that does this job makes a big difference. When you're playing pro-am, something you guys gotta realize is pro-am are the best players and with the highest IQ, so you don't get that much of an opportunity to make mistakes and still win. So you need builds that don't correlate to an NBA player, they correlate to a playing style. So you got like the 5 out, you got the 1 full flat basically with the PNR. You got straight centers that can pop, you have centers that are pure insides. Whatever your playing style is, I'm starting to realize I think the best playing style is the pick and roll, because for the lockdown, there's nothing the lockdowns can do when they're in a pick animation versus our 5 out. I think 5 out is good, but everyone needs to be on the same page. Everyone needs to be like an essential threat from the 3. No one can be sleeping, so it's like, I would say it takes more of a team situation where it's like the PNR, your point guard and center can just cook. Literally, they really can't cook. If you're a really good center and a really good point guard, you can destroy. So that's what we're focusing on today. So as the center position, right? So for some of you guys that don't know, when you're at 7'1", the wingspan, you get extra length on your wingspan. So as you can see, at 7 feet, max wingspan 7'8". 7'1", it jumps to 7'10", 7'2", 7'11". So always go 7'1". 7'1" is where you just get extra. So we're focused on certain badges, certain movements. This is a center to play a certain style. So you're doing 7'1", 260, 7'10" wingspan. So the only issue I would say is if you don't got cap breakers, I feel bad for you, because at this point we're in April. You should have at least 3 from the seasons, at least 5 from start of 3. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you don't got cap breakers, I don't know what to tell you, but this is what we're gonna do. So a badge that I realize is awesome is it's Brick Wall. Brick Wall is an awesome badge. It's an awesome badge. You need Brick Wall. We're gonna put some cap breakers here to help you out. So you're gonna go 94. You're gonna max out agility, max out the speed. Yes, you're slow. Yes, there's nothing you can do. Yes, you're a center. So what we're gonna do is focus on rebounding. Always go 94 so you get the 99. You always want to do that. Remember, this build is meant to play a certain style. So as the center, your job specifically is to do these types of things on the court. Number 1 is rebound. Your job is to rebound. When you're playing pro-am, you're usually going to sit corner because the back end is going to stop their pick and roll offense. But you need to be able to set these big body screens. This is why we focus on the strength. You need to focus on rebounding. We need rebounding. I can't emphasize how much we need rebounding. and be able to score when necessary off the roll. So some of the key things we're focused on: you got your standing dunk. We're not gonna really focus on driving dunk, because on the roll you don't really need driving dunk. It's just, you don't really need it. I'm gonna give you a little free throw, just a little something for what you to do. So this is the biggest thing that I'm focused on right here, right? I like 93, but now that I have a 99 pass on my point guard, when I was grinding the badges, I didn't know that Versatile Visionary allows for high risk passes. I thought this was just for alley-oops, but no, this is high risk passes and creative passes. So because some of my passes that I'd be trying to split the gaps and stuff like that, I didn't realize that this badge popped up. There's a lot of badges that popped up, or there's a lot of times that Visionary or Versatile Visionary popped up and not Dimer. I never knew that. So I think that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? So put this down here. We're gonna get you with the block. Some people don't think block is necessary. I think block is smooth. I think block, depending on what you have, it can make a big difference. So this is the variation I was thinking about, but because I know for some of you guys, you're gonna want to score, like scoring really matters to you for some people. So we're gonna do 84 block, because I'm noticing a lot of players want to score in the paint. The only issue is at the Pro-Am level, you're not scoring like that, bro. You're not a post scorer. This is not a post scoring build. I just want you to understand that this is not a post scoring build. You're just not a post scorer. So I wish you could get the 92. I'm not a big fan of it. I'd rather you have just the, let's say the 84, maybe the 85, because I don't like how this goes up. It's like, I want this to be the bare minimum. If you want, because if you, like I said, if you want, you can go up. I know that 75, you get better animations, but I'm not a fan. It's like, I don't want my center to be trying to do driving dunks. You know what I'm saying? You're never gonna be doing layups in the Pro-Am. Like, you're never going to. So it's like, in a perfect world, because I know you get at 65 athletic hangs. So in a perfect world, depending on your cap breakers, right? This is what I would like right here. I think this is best right here. In this situation, this is where you can add certain things. You got the off ball. You really can't get anything here. Like, let's say if you was to max this out, this is great, nothing changes. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, you're not here to play perimeter defense. You could put this up here, but then it's like, you still don't get glove. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I think about what I would want my center to do, or what would be more beneficial, the only issue with the passing, right, if you keep it here, the only issue with the passing is the ball handling goes up. Whereas, like, if you take this down, let's say you add it to standing dunk, you see how much you get more standing dunk. So this is the foundation right here. After you get to this point, depending on your playing style, right, you can dictate and switch some things up, right? Remember the key things you need, because I have 8 cap breakers. So for me, I know that I'm gonna get this on 96, which gives me box out beast on legend, which is what you want because rebounds is essential. You're going to get brick wall on Hall of Fame, which is essential. So you have 2 cap breakers here. You have 5 cap breakers here because rebounding is life as the center. So now that you have 2 here, or you have 5 cap breakers here, you have 2 here, your center is good. Now, depending on what you want to do here, it feels up to me, logically speaking. If you don't have that much cap breakers, take this like this now, because you want this badge on Hall of Fame like you do. However, if you want more attributes to go somewhere else, then it's like, for example, you see how much more attributes you get. So it's up to you, but in a perfect world, I would say if you don't have the cap breakers, go to 97. Just keep it on 97. That's cool. You know, if you want to put the rest on speed with ball, you can. If not, you want to put it on ball handling, it doesn't make a difference. But after looking at everything, right, I think the best thing for this situation is to keep it at pass. Like, just knock this out right away. Just knock it out right away. You don't get nothing for dunk. If you want to do post hooks, cool. But this is how I would make the build, and this is how I'd finalize it. And you know me, I just like even numbers. So the reason we're going with this right here is, number 1, you get the +5 on the rebound. This is what you need. This is your foundation right here. So you're going to get rebound chaser on legend, which is what you need as a top elite center. You're going to get box out beast on legend as well. So you got the +2, +5. Your block is good. Your interior is good. If you do reach, you're good. Now you have every single passing badge on Hall of Fame. What you can do, Dimer, if you want, because it's tier 2, Dimer +1 that, smooth. You got the standing dunks, you smooth. You get what I'm saying? You got the close shots, you smooth. So with this, it's the center build that, as now playing Pro-Am, this is the type of center I want to play with if I'm at the 1 or the 2, because I can do pick and roll at the 1, I can do pick and roll at the 2. I'm primarily playing the 2, so it's like, this is the perfect center build. There's nothing you can't do. Your vertical's high, you're 7'1", and you have a high vertical, high strength. You can rebound, you can block shots, you can guard the interior. On the breaks, when you get the rebound with a 97, like, if you have more cap breakers, cap break this to 99, but you can throw breaks. We need centers who are willing to be defensive minded, want to play defense, want to rebound, and want to make the outlet passes, and then have the IQ on the pick and roll to slip. Like, your point guard is going to dot you on those slips. And then also, when you make the slip and they shoot the gap, which is the corners are diving in because you've been scoring off the slip, the center has the IQ to make the next pass, because that next pass matters. And remember, if you have Dimer on legend, if you +1 this, there's no other category that you would want to, I don't know if there's any other tier 2 that you want to maybe high flyer denier, but you're not going to be jumping from the corners. Yeah, so everything else you don't want to tier. Yeah, so yeah, Dimer, there's nothing else that you need that. Yeah, Dimer, so Dimer it is. So you +1 your dimer. So now when you slip, catch the ball, and someone's crashing or diving to you because you've been scoring, you make the extra pass. Now your next shooter, which is probably the hash or the lock, because they're going to be on the opposite side of you, it's going to be wide open. It's going to be wide open. Now you're hitting them with a legend dimer for them to shoot an open shot because someone left, rotated, because you did the perfect slip or you did the perfect pick and roll, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I think this is the best center build. And if you're trying to play center at the Pro-Am level, and I would say this, I don't want to knock anyone, but if you're new to Pro-Am, I think the inside center build is also the easiest to learn to be good at. So if you wanted to pick a position that you're involved in the offense, right? So now you're involved, like the point guard needs you because it's a pick and roll offense. Also, if you want to feel involved in the sense of secondary passer, getting assists, defensively, getting the rebounds, like if you want to be involved, be useful, not feel like you're just standing or not being a part of the offense or the defense, this is the best build where you can be evolved almost as much as the point guard, but not as much responsibility, and you don't have to be that good. So like when I'm on this build, I'm doing the very simple things. Number one, I'm boxing out. Boxing out is not difficult, it just takes discipline. Look for the player, because your back end's usually going to get the rebound if you boxed out. If your back end boxed out, then you're getting the rebound. So it's like, just box out. Defensively, when I am diving to get the rebound, it's like, throw them Hail Marys. Like, it's fun. It's literally fun to throw Hail Marys. Just, you're going to be involved. On the rotation, you're going to be able to get blocks. On the rotation, you're going to be able to get blocks. You're going to be able to get blocks on the rotation. So when you do jump, you got a 7'10" wingspan. So it's like, you're involved. Also, when you're sitting these big bodies, like, remember, we're +2ing this. You're going to get brick wall on Hall of Fame. In fact, if you really wanted to, you could +1 brick wall, because there's nothing else that's tier 1 that you won't have on legend that you already don't need. Like, yeah, you could do +1 to Pogo, but that's not gonna really do much. No one's gonna be scoring on the paint like you for you to want a +1 paint patroller. Like, yeah, if you add two cap breakers to this, if you have it, you're gonna already have all legend passing badges. If not, the only badge you need on legend is dimer. But if you're not gonna do dimer, you could do break starter. But like I said, at some point you're gonna have enough cap breakers. If not, I'd rather you have brick wall. Brick wall is more important on legend than break starter on legend, because for you to even have break starter on Hall of Fame means your pass accuracy is high. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, one is 97, one's 94. You're going to get this to 96, but 97 is still higher. So it'll be smarter to +1 the attribute that's weaker because it's weaker. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, this is the full breakdown. I like to have a full breakdown so you can understand what's going on. You know, you're gonna have the high vertical, like I said, you're gonna have the high strength. 60 speed is cool. You're gonna have the rebounding. You're gonna have the block. Gonna have the interior on those times that you reach with the 7'10" wingspan. You're gonna be able to deflect. Your passing is phenomenal. If you want to add cap breakers, that's great. We're not here to post score. We're not. You're not a post scorer. In the Pro-Am setting, high competitive basketball setting, as a center, inside center, your job is to get the point guard open, that the defense rotates to him. After the defense rotates to him, your job is to roll. After you roll, you have two jobs: pass to the open person or score on the little person. And remember, it's off the roll, so you're gonna have your standing dunk. You're gonna be smooth. Like this, to me, is the perfect inside center. If you want to tweak a couple of things, cool. The only thing I would say that if you wanted to tweak is take this down right here to 95, right? Because you still have break starter on Hall of Fame. And then touch anything else. If you wanted the higher closer shot, I already told you what that looks like. When you do the higher closer shot, right, your mid-range is going to go up. And then if you have some cap breakers, you can get Paint Patroller, but flow game Paint Patroller you don't really need. So you see how that works. Yeah, so in a perfect world, in a perfect world, oh, one more. In a perfect world, this is where it's at. This is where it's at in a perfect world. Like I said, you know where the cap breakers are, you know where everything's at. And then you see the shades. Having Wilt Chamberlain as a shade feels great. Having Rudy Gobert as a shade kind of hurts my feelings, but at the end of the day, he is a defensive anchor. I like Clint. Clint's cool, but like having Wilt Chamberlain. So this is the build. This is all you really need as a center. And if you're really trying to be an elite center, if you're trying to be a good team player, you're trying to win the game, you're trying to do high IQ things, this is the center that you need. You get what I'm saying? So if you got to the end of the video and you're looking to play with me on Pro-Am, right? If you're trying to really like lock in, have fun, be part of a community, that's what I'm trying to build. That's what I'm focused on. If that's what you're trying to do, at the end of this video, I want you to comment, I'll play center. If you comment, I'll play center, let me know. That would be perfect. If you rock with this, if you like this build just because, you know, like the video, comment, subscribe, turn on post notification, everything. But yeah, just in the comments, type in I'll play center and that'll be smooth. This your boy and I'm out.